My name is Peter, and this is Coordinate Challenge, where you decide my next destination in the Norwegian wilderness. I'll be going off trail and will have to rely on my own navigational skills in order to overcome natural obstacles and reach my target. On the way to these coordinates, I'll be filming myself to document my adventures. In this episode, I'll be going to a coordinate suggested to me by a Reddit user named FM Hall, which is in a nature reserve called Målikjølen. This area is made up mostly of moorland and therefore has very little elevation. After the last episode, winter has finally arrived in full force and the landscape will be completely covered in a thick layer of snow, so I'll be using my skis in order to get to the target. I will park my car at these crossroads and will make my way to the coordinates across the moors and the occasional forest. My biggest challenges this time will be the extreme temperatures, which are estimated to be around -20 degrees Celsius, and navigating in nearly flat terrain that is completely snowed under and that has very few noticeable landmarks as a result. For this episode, I've decided to bring about the same equipment as the previous episode, but with a few small exceptions. Instead of bringing my storm cooker, I've decided to bring more water. So I brought an extra thermos, and I brought my Nalgene bottle inside an insulated carrier bag, so I won't have to stop over to get water if I run out. And I'll have more than enough water to last me for the entire trip. And it won't freeze as well. I've also got a secret weapon, which will help me warm up my hands if they no longer have the ability to do it by themselves. And I can just put them in my gloves, and my hands will warm up. And seeing as this is a trip on skis, I'll of course be bringing my skis as well. Alright, I'm at the parking spot now, so it's time for me to put on my skis, get on the moors, and find my way towards my target. Alright, I'm out on the moorland now, but the temperature is around -20 degrees, and that means it's well cold. So I decided not to have a lunch break before I reach the target. Instead I'll go there in a straight line, because if I stop over now I'll cool down way too fast and it'll take a lot of energy for me to warm myself up again. So I'll just be having my food while I'm on the go. It's started to snow a bit more. It's absolutely stunning, this landscape. It's a proper winter wonderland. Feels like a completely different world as well when you're here on your own with just your skis and it's a complete silence. It makes you feel like you're the only one left on the planet. I can see all these small tracks over here, which are most likely rabbit tracks. So I know I'm not alone. Look at all the layers of snow on these trees from recent snowfall. Just a gust of wind and it's all going to fall. If I bump into it, I'm going to get a nice snow shower, so best not do that and leave this beautiful sight undisturbed. Alright, I've arrived at this cross-country skiing track, which I'll be following slightly north. I've come from here, from the parking lot, and I'm about here now, so I'll be going slightly north until I'm back in the moors again. Alright, I'm back in the moors again, and it's absolutely stunning. It makes it a lot easier now to manoeuvre as well in the forest. From now on I'll be mostly going directly north towards the target, and I'll try to stay on the moors and avoid the forest. These large open spaces really give me the opportunity to pick up the pace, because before now I hadn't been moving that fast, so I can really make up for lost time now by just moving fast, and that way I'll warm myself up a lot faster as well, which is definitely necessary because my hands are starting to get very cold. You can see the ice over there. This means there's a small lake. And that's this one on the map. So now I've got to go over here and stick to the moors so I can go all the way up to the target over there. I decided to put on my other larger skiing gloves because I started to lose feeling in my left hand, and immediately after I changed gloves my feeling started to return in my hand, and it's a lot warmer now. So that was definitely a good decision. So now to continue onwards, northeast towards the target. This looks like it's a river that's frozen over, so I've really got to watch my step when crossing this to make sure the ice can bear my weight, because the ice formations don't seem very regular. Just now I started having a battery problem with my camera because of the cold, so I have to carry my my camera on my body to warm it up so the battery doesn't say it's run out because of the cold. I also found out that in these open areas I've got to really watch out, because underneath some of them there's a very small layer of ice, and underneath it there's bog that is still not completely frozen, so I might get myself stuck in the water. I have to say, you'll easily get lost here without a compass and a map. I've noticed quite a few times as well that when I thought I was going in one direction and I checked my compass, that I was actually going in a different direction. That's why I'm continuously checking my my compass to make sure that I'm still going in the right direction instead of walking around in circles, because the landscape is all very similar, so there aren't really any special features that I could look at apart from the large open moor areas. So it's a good thing I have a map as well. The sun started to slightly break through the clouds, but that gives the illusion that it's a bit warmer, but the reality is that my nostrils are starting to freeze over again, so got to keep moving. I've arrived at this river over here, which is this one on the map, so that means I'll only have to go directly north to get to the target, and on the way there I'll only be moorland, so that makes it easier for me to move around in my skis. Alright, I'm at this small pond on the map now, and I've got to go here. You can see this is a point because of the ice, so I have to go in that direction. Alright, according to my watch, I've arrived at my target, but it's nearly 2 o'clock now, so that means it'll get dark very soon. So I've decided, instead of going back the same way, I'm going to go to the west of here, and then I'll meet up with the road. I left from the parking lot at 11 and arrived at the coordinate at 2. That means it took me 3 hours, so if I'd have to retrace the way back, it'll most likely take me the same time. By that time it'll be well dark, so if I go west and meet the road, I'm taking a long way around, but the safer one. Alright, I'm nearly at the road now, and on the way there I've been encountering way more forest, which has been slowing my progress a bit, and it's still well cold, so I've been having trouble filming for most of the time now, because the battery seems to run out whenever I just film one thing. So that's something I need to find a solution for in the future. But now, I've got to continue west. Seems like I'm at a track now. I should go directly back to the road. As you can see, there's way more tracks from other skiers over here, and people are walking as well, it seems. So, got to continue. But this will make it a lot easier to get to the road, and from there on it will be a piece of piss. Alright, I'm back at the road. So all I have to do now is go south and I'll reach the parking lot. And that'll be the end of this already third episode of Corner Challenge. Alright, in the distance I can already see the parking lot, so that marks the end of this episode. It feels like this episode didn't take as long as the previous two. But that's most likely because of my camera stopping all the time due to the cold. So I've got to find a solution for that for in the future. But for now, I'm going to treat myself to a nice warm brew. The things I learned from this adventure were that ice underneath the snow can still be quite unstable in moorland due to the snow that has mixed in with the ice, and that navigating in the snow-covered landscape with virtually no elevation or landmarks can easily have you walking around in circles if you don't check your map and compass often enough. So for future trips in moorland, I will try to stay near the edges of the moors so I won't risk falling through the ice, and I will keep my eyes on my compass in this type of terrain. I also noticed that I was having a lot of battery trouble with my camera due to the cold, so I have decided that for the duration of winter I will carry my spare battery on my body so it's always warm, and I will put my camera inside my jacket so it is no longer exposed to the elements like it was hanging in front of my chest inside its cover. All that remains for me to say now is I'll be looking forward to your coordinate suggestions in the comments below and to subscribe to this channel. You can also follow me on Twitter, where I'll be posting sneak peek pictures of the adventures you'll be sending me on. Any tips or good advice is also more than welcome.